Okay, so we're going to be doing a unpacking, unboxing, etc. of this here box of booster packs for Genesis: The Battle of Champions. I'm going to put a link up above to the review and tutorial that should have been out before we released this video, so you guys can check it out. We also have some promo cards we're going to go over before we unpack it real quick, because these were also given to us. Starting with, there's this really nice like foil card of this like monster. She looks like the girl from The Ring, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's just missing her well.
Yeah, basically. So she must be one of the creatures from the game, but this is obviously not a card for actual play. This is just sort of one of those like holographic foil kind of cards. Really cool looking. All right, so the other promo cards we were given, we have Quicksand, which this seems like the kind of card you might like because you like to throw those walls out in the arena. This is kind of similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 8 life. It is a alteration, so it's like a wall. It costs 8 aura to create, and then if a champion or summon, uh, if champions and summons on Quicksand cannot move or rotate. So basically, if you step on it, you get stuck there, and it slowly decays. It loses 1 life every turn. You can attack it, and it's got 8 health on its own. Kind of an interesting alternative to a wall, where like it doesn't actually block your movement, but if you get on it, then you're stuck. It's kind of an interesting one. What are your thoughts on the Quicksand?
Um, it's it's not better than the wall
Okay, so you're
because it still has to go in an unoccupied space. So it's like if you would be able to put it under someone,
mhm.
I think it would be
That'd be amazing.
better.
Fair enough. We've got some really good ones in here. The next one I'm going to talk about, though, is the Fire Master's Dance. I think this one is more useful. So this one is a really good one for the character I have been playing in Genesis from the starter set. I think it's Adira. Was that her name?
Mm.
But because she has some cool fire attacks, and this is a enchantment. You enchant her. It's 8 aura to do, and then it says at the end of the round, if you have dealt fire damage this round, you may pay 5 aura. If you do, you deal 1 extra fire damage to a target around you. So if you're doing fire damage, you get yourself adjacent to an enemy, you can do an extra fire damage as long as you've already been dealing fire damage. I like this one. I think this one is useful, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the last 2 promo cards we got here. This one is really neat. Vampire's Kiss. Did you see this one?
Vampiric kiss.
Oh, Vampiric Kiss. Yes. So it has a drain attack. Uh, it is a technique, not a spell. It costs 6 energy, not aura. And the target, which has to be 1 space in front of you, takes 3 damage while you get to heal 3. This is a really cool technique, I think. What are your thoughts on Vampiric Kiss?
Yeah, I think it's a good card.
And then the final one is Volcanic Eruption. This is my favorite of the group. So this one is really cool. This is a spell. It's an action. It is 10 aura. It's done on someone straight in front of you. And it says, reveal the top card of your timeline and send it to your memory. So you discard the top card of your deck. Then do one of the following. If you revealed a card that costs 3 or 4 chi, you deal 2 earth damage to everyone in Volcanic Eruption's awareness, which is straight in front of you. If you reveal a card with 5, 6, or 7 chi, you deal 2 earth damage to everything around you. So not just adjacent, that even includes diagonally around you. And then if you reveal a card with 8 chi, you do 3 earth damage to everything else in the arena, literally hitting everything else in the arena. So this would be a fantastic card if you're playing some other cards that allow you to check what's on top of the deck, or maybe even like pick up and rearrange. We haven't opened the packs yet, so I'm not sure what other kind of cards are, but I'm hoping there's going to be some cards in here that will allow me to make a deck with this where I'd be able to first see what's there before playing this. That could be really like super dangerous, don't you think? This could do a lot of damage. All right, Lynn, why don't you bust open the box here? Let's cut it open and start opening some packs. So this set includes, according to the side here that I'm looking at, it includes 73 common cards. You just took that side away from me.
Sorry.
73 common cards, 40 uncommons, 33 rares, and 12
Well,
starter.
It's just a little box of like you would.
Yeah, it's a
put
booster
on,
box.
Like you would put on a store.
Yeah, it's a booster box.
Store register, cash wrap.
What is it's a 12 starters. This the starter cards? What is this? Like promo cards maybe? I don't know. There's a little pack on the top when you buy this. Let me open it up and see what it is.
You said different people on
Well, that's just to make the artwork different.
I know.
Oh geez. Oh, it comes with some super cool foil cards. That was what was in here. If you buy the whole box, you get some cool foil cards. So, oh wow. So first off, hold on. Let's start with these two because they are champions. These are foil champions. So first we have Alta. Alta is a foil champion. She has 23 life. She has 340 aura, 0 reduction in energy, but she has an attack that lets her hit up to 2 spaces straight in front of her. She's got these 3 different symbols here, of course, for her factions. She has a swift cast ability, which is really good because it can hit flying guys. You deal 1 electric damage to a target in your awareness, and it exerts her. And then she has a lightning surge, which is an exert and 6 energy. That's fairly expensive, but you deal 2 electric damage to everything on a target spot in your awareness, and 1 electric damage to everything on a target spot adjacent to the first spot. She's amazing. Holy crud. I really like her. What do you think?
Yeah, she's okay.
She's such a hipster. All right, and then we have Essa. So Essa is another, look at that. I'm going to shine that here. Another foil champion. Holy crap. She has 3 reduction on energy cards. So she's going to be really good with energy cards. Different mix of abilities than Alta did. She has one of the same faction symbols, but a different one. Well, the world one is the same. But then she's got 22 life, 85 aura, not a huge amount of aura, but a 3 reduction on energy. So she's going to be really good with energy cards because you can reduce energy to 0. So 3 or less are literally free for you, which is pretty amazing. She has a swift earth attack that does 2 and it exerts her. And she has a trigger bash. Whenever you deal earth damage to a champion or summon, you may pay 3 energy, which is free for her. If they do, they may pay 3 energy. Excuse me, that's the enemy, my mistake. They may pay 3 energy. If they do not, then they gain stun for this round. Summons cannot play energy. And there's a little reminder of stun is the champion or summon cannot move or rotate themselves. Oh, wow. So every time she does her basic attack, she could possibly stun people unless the enemy discards 3 cards off the top of the deck. These are right off the bat, a couple of really cool new champions. And then the third one is Picornavirus. It is it is a summon virus. And it costs... I am thinking that this one we're going to need to see because it's a full art card. It's a foil and a full art. I think we're going to have to see another one that actually has the rules on it because this one doesn't actually say how much it costs. It has the attack for it, which is pretty long range. It has the life and it has the chi, but it doesn't have the normal abilities.
What's on the back?
The back is the normal back. So I'm thinking it's because they did it as a full art foil. I think it's more you have to have another one on the side to remind you of what its abilities are, basically. So we'll have to see if we get one in here. Does it say what the rarity is? It is. Oh, it's promo. Oh, the rarity is promo. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look this one up. I'm a little confused here. I may put something up on screen that explains it once I've figured it out because it doesn't have its ability. So I'm going to have to look it up and see what the deal is with that. I'm a little confused. So you go ahead and open one. I'm going to open one. Whoever gets it first will start us off. You're having a little issues there. Just do like this. I think I'm going to get mine first. Okay, so let's see what we got. You ready? So we have Disabling Shot. It is up to 2. It is a technique. It is up to 2 range in front of you. Its action is heavy ranged attack 2, so it does 2 damage, and it costs 4 energy, not aura, but energy. And its trigger is Fatigue 5. If a champion is dealt damage by Disabling Shot, then they have to pay 5 energy. They have to discard 5 cards off the top of the deck. This is a really, really cool attack. Is this one that your character you were playing with the archer could use?
I think so.
Because this would be really good for her, actually, I was thinking. So that is a common. My next common is Ponerodon. Ponerodon is a summon. He's got 4 life. He's got attack range of the 2 spaces directly in front of him. He costs 8 aura to summon. Oh, I see you're pulling out the same ones there. His action, to summon him is 8 aura. And he's got a swift attack that is range, water attack 2. Does 2 damage, and he exerts, and he's got a trigger, cast. If summon is dealt damage by Ponerodon, then exert that summon. So he can exert someone who hasn't gone yet. When he hits something, that's really good too. I like him a lot. That's actually really freaking cool. Next we have Prowling Evala. Is that how you would say that? Evala?
Yeah.
So Prowling Evala, 3 life, attacks straight in front of them, 9 aura to summon, and they have a swift air attack 3. Pretty basic. Next we have Right Hook. Right Hook is a technique. It is a punch. It is a basic attack of 1 that costs 3 energy. Its trigger is Fatigue 3. If a champion is dealt damage by Right Hook, they gotta pay 3 energy. So they gotta discard 3 cards off the top of the deck. We're seeing a lot more of this than we're in the starter decks. Cards that actually force your opponent to start getting rid of cards from the deck, so you might beat them by them running out of cards. Next, we have an enchantment. This one is Repurpose. It is an action to enchant, attach Repurpose as a skill. It costs 11 aura. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the other cards we've been doing, and this is an uncommon card here, finally. It says, at the end of your turn, you may sacrifice an ally to summon in your awareness or you can sacrifice an ally summon in your awareness, or a skill attached to you. If you do, then draw a card. So this is a nice draw effect, which is good because after you've played a lot of cards on a certain turn, you may sometimes really need to find a way to get to draw cards. So you can sacrifice guys you've already summoned or enchantments you've already done that you don't really need anymore to be able to summon up guys. This is a good one for maybe sacrificing some of those guys who decay, like those zombie guys. Could be really cool. We have Low Blow. It is a basic attack. 7 damage. What? It costs 8 energy to do it, and it does Fatigue 3, so it does 7 damage and makes your opponent discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. This is kind of nuts. 7 damage is a lot. We have High Jump. It says it is a execute. It costs 5 energy to do. You gain aerial, and all attack abilities you play gain the range attribute this round. So while you're aerial, you can only be, of course, attacked by ranged attacks. So this puts you up in the air, or area effect spells and anything with the cast ability. So a spell with the cast ability, an area attack, or things with ranged attacks you could be hit by. So that's a really nice defensive ability. We have Flying Kick, which is a basic attack 3, costs 6 energy. It has an execute trigger ability that says if a champion or summon is damaged by Flying Kick, then you may move. So you get to do this and then do an extra move. That could be really good for getting out of trouble and not be, hit back in a moment. That was the last of the I think that was the last of the uncommon cards. So now we have, there's some more, but there are some more commons on the other side, but we have a rare. So we have Malefic Impalement. Action, line attack 5. Exert and 3 energy to do it. It says, this is, by the way, a technique. You deal 5 damage to a target in line of sight or Malefic Impalement, which line of sight, the way that works is it's the dot in front of you. You can draw a straight line through that until it hits something. So as long as there's nothing in the way, you can keep going. Then it's got, as a swift, it can do a line attack 6 for exert and 7 energy. And this is you deal damage to the target, again, in line of sight. So it depends on how much you want to pay. You can do a smaller attack, you can do a bigger attack. And then it's got a trigger negate. It says, if a champion is dealt damage by Malefic Impalement, the negate target ability played by that champion. And so you would want to now, in negating a target ability here, you would want to, of course, probably use the Swift version for that, to be able to, go ahead of them on the stack, I think. Then we've got another rare, Water Warp. It is a spell. It's 20 aura to cast. You deal 5. We got a couple of those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Lynn just threw another one out. That's 2 of this particular rare. It's 20 aura to cast, and you deal 5 water damage to everything in Water Warp's awareness, which the awareness is the 3 spaces in front of you. And trigger, if anything is dealt damage by Water Warp, then you may move to a spot adjacent to a target in the Water Warp's awareness. So after casting it, you can move like behind them. This is a really good spell. That's really cool that we got a couple of those for deck building already. Then I've got, this is a token, Berna Verade token. This is a token and cannot be used in constructing your 50 card timeline. So this must be a token for another card that summons this card as an effect. I'm going to put him on the side and see if we find it's a starter card. It says, trigger, replicate 1. When Berna Verade enters the arena from your thoughts, you take a copy of Berna Verade from your subconscious and place it on a spot adjacent. Oh, okay. So there must be a regular Berna Verade that you can place in your deck, and this one you keep on the side because you get to get a duplicate of him. So that's really cool. Then we have some more common creatures. We've got Illusion Moth. They cost 10 aura to cast. They attack straight in front of them. They only have 1 life though, which is a little tough. But they've got a swift for their action to play them, and they have a trigger. It says Decoy Summon. When Illusion Moth enters the arena, it switches spots with target summon in its awareness. Everything targeting that summon is now targeting the Illusion Moth. So basically, you can play this as a reaction, as part of the stack, to save somebody's life. They like take their spot, and it's like, instead of killing this big tough guy I have, you're going to do all that damage to this guy when he has 1 life, which is kind of crazy. That is interesting. We have another jump. We have Dancing Stream, which does it is a spell that costs 6 aura and does a cure 2, you gain 2 life, so that's another life-giving ability. And this one, I don't know if you noticed, it's got no alignment, so anybody can use this. It's only got the world alignment. And then we have Draw Break. This is, let's see, it's an enchantment action. Attach Draw Break as a skill. Costs 8 aura, not too bad. Trigger, count. Whenever you lose life, put a counter on this card for each life lost. Trigger, break. At the beginning of your turn, if Draw Break has 5 or more counters on it, then you may remove all counters from Draw Break. If you do, then you draw 2 cards and discard a card. So it's another draw effect, but it happens after you've been dealt enough damage. These are some really cool cards. I like some of the ones from this first pack. What did you think, Glenn?
Yeah, there are some interesting ones.
What were some of the ones that stood out to you? Because I know you were looking for some interesting summons.
The moth one was
the most interesting.
Yeah,
that is really cool. The way that the moth. What is it? Let me find them again.
Illusion Moth.
Illusion
I had
Moth.
one too.
Yeah, they basically take the spot of someone who is gonna take damage. So why don't you go and show us what's new in your pack?
Okay, so we have Pummel. It's a basic attack 3. It costs 3. It's not the aura. What is
energy?
it? Energy. And it has a continuous effect, which if the target of Pummel's attack ability is stunned, then Pummel's basic attack 3 becomes basic attack 4.
What? That's so cool. So that's one you would want to combo with a stun effect.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Then we have Earth Strike, which is a spell. It costs 8 aura.
Mm-hmm.
It deals 1 earth damage to a target in its awareness, which is the 2 spaces in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It also has a continuous effect where if you have dealt earth damage this round, then Earth Strike's cast ability costs 4 aura instead. So it's half cost if you've done a previous earth ability.
Wait a second. That could be really good for this character right here because they have a basic earth attack.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be they can take it. Earth Strike would go really good with Asa. I just realized that. That would be great for deck building. Oh, I love it.
Then we have a spell called Illusory Misplacement. It costs 12 aura. Um, and it says move to a spot in Illusory Misplacement's awareness, which is behind it or to the sides of it.
Interesting.
Then we have a Landmine, which is an alteration trap. Place landmine on an occupied spot in the arena.
What?
It costs 6 energy. And then the trigger is if anything leaves the spot landmine is on, landmine deals 3 damage to everything on and adjacent to the
Oh my
spot,
God.
including itself, which it would kill itself because it has 3.
Because it blows up.
Yeah.
This, and it's only 6 aura to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me, energy, 6 energy. I like this one. I like this better than your walls. What do you think?
Yeah, because you could put it on. The wall just makes people go in a certain area.
It's just like an inconvenience.
Yeah.
This actually does damage. I like that. Can you? I think you can play that with that
Yes.
that character too,
Yes.
right?
And then I have Headlock. It is a technique. It costs 4 energy. It does a heavy attack 3 and fatigue 8. So
Oh wow!
if a champion is dealt damage by Headlock, then they pay 8 energy.
8 fatigue. So this is so like the 3 damage is decent. Don't get me wrong, but if you hit a champion with this, making the discard 8 cards off the top of their deck for an attack is kind of insane. We're starting to see more and more cards here. The likes of which that were not in the starter set, where you can really win by making your opponent run out of cards. Considering that each deck is 50 cards, discarding 8 cards is significant. That's significant.
And then I have a rare. It's Mute Nizanzaru.
What are they?
I don't look like a monkey owl. I don't know.
Oh, they're a summon.
They cost 16 aura.
Okay.
And they have an earth attack 4 and a continuous ability, indirect immunity, prevent all damage to Mute Nizanzaru by enemy abilities that do not target it.
Oh, so area effect abilities.
Yes.
What?
I didn't look at his life though. What's his life?
Oh, he's got 4 life, which is not bad. He's like a monkey owl.
I just said monkey owl.
Yeah. No, I love this guy. That guy is really cool.
And then it says an occupancy token, and just says this spot is considered occupied. I'm sure that's going to make sense.
Well, this is so
at some point.
Yeah, we've got some of these things where they're obviously tokens for effects from other cards.
Yeah.
This is the second one where we've got like that. This is in addition to the token for the Burna Viridae. They're token cards for effects from spells and creatures.
So
a foil!
I have a foil Aquatic Lutra. It costs 6 aura. And their swift ability is that they just deal 2 water damage to a target in front of them. They're common. It's just a pretty common.
Oh yeah, but it's a very, very pretty common.
And then we have Northern Orsel. Basic attack 2. It's another common. It's a chicken. You get pecked by a chicken.
Just 2 damage. Nothing else.
No.
Oh, they're very cheap though. They're only 5 aura.
And then we have an enchantment Burn Break, which was similar to your one that you had break in the title, where it's when you lose life, you put a counter on him. It's all the same up until what happens.
So what
it's
happens?
like when you get 5 or more counters, you remove the counters, and if you do, then you may deal 2 fire damage to a target in your awareness.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I do. That's really good, especially for someone who has a pretty big awareness, too. All right, why don't you start opening the next pack while I start going over some of mine here. So the next one I've got is Knockback. This is a technique. Costs 4 energy, and it does 2 damage. It's a basic attack, too, and it does push. If anything is dealt damage by Knockback, then they move 1 spot away from you. I like these ones that move things around. I find them to be very interesting. Next, we have a Blood Rakshasa. Ooh, I am a big fan of Rakshasas, especially in like role-playing games and stuff. Very cool creatures. So this guy has 4 life. The summon of him costs 2 life and 9 aura. Place Blood Rakshasa on a spot adjacent to you, facing the same direction as you, and then exert it just like normal. But its thing is, it's got a fire attack 4 as a swift attack, which is pretty darn decent. I mean, it's not. It's basically the most interesting thing about this Blood Rakshasa is that you spend some life instead of aura to summon him to make him a little easier to get out. Next, we have a spell called Short Signal. It's got two. The range is 2 in front of you, and it's swift to cast, 8 aura. It says target champion in Short Signal's awareness reveals their thoughts. That's their hand, by the way, and discards all duplicates in their hand until they only have 1 copy of each card. This would be a great spell to cast early game, or possibly to cast after your opponent's done a big draw effect. We have seen a few draw effects. Now this says continuous, modified. If the target of Short Signal's cast ability has taken electric damage this round, then they also lose 1 life for each card discarded this way. Whoa! Wait, didn't the other guy do a bunch of electric damage? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yes, they do. They do electric damage for both of their attacks. So this is a good card for Alta. We're getting some cool cards for deck building with our new 2 heroes we already got on the top of this box.
I got a regular Alta.
Oh, you got a regular non-foil Alta? Oh, she's got a different illustration.
Does she?
Yeah, look, the illustration's totally different.
Oh.
Is she? It's not just that she's not foil. Is she the same though? She's got let's see, she's got cast swift and lightning surge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she is 100% the same, just except different. Not just that they're one's foil and the other's not. They're also different illustrations. That is really cool.
And I don't remember. Did we go through? Did we get a jump?
We did get jump,
okay.
and we got cold shot too, right? Cold shot.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a range attack 3 for 4 energy. I think this is new. Pari. I don't think we've seen her before. So she is another summon. She has 3 life. She can attack straight in front of her. She's got 12 aura to summon her up. As an action cast, Pari deals 3 damage to a target in their awareness. Now, because that's a cast, that can hit aerial people. So that can hit someone who jumped. It can hit that angel. That's really good. And as a continuous effect, she has tiny. Pari can move onto a spot even if it is occupied, and it does not occupy the spot it is on. Pari cannot be targeted. So she's going to be a little tough to kill. You have to hit her with like an area effect to get her because she's so small. We have Deceit. Deceit is a spell, costs 10 aura. It says, negate target ability played by you. Put a copy of that ability on the stack with the same target. So this is a way, like if someone's already doing something that would mess with your casting of another ability, this is a way to still get the ability to go off, because it kind of duplicates that ability in a different place on the stack. So they targeted the previous ability. Deceit instead makes a new casting of that effect. Then we have Bacteriophage. This is another summon. They are a virus. They, let's see, they have 5 life, which is pretty nice. They cost, though, you have to exert to play them. Exert and pay 23 aura. God, this guy better be freaking amazing. Trigger. When Bacteriophage enters the arena from your thoughts, you take a copy of Bacteriophage from your subconscious and place it on a spot adjacent to Bacteriophage, facing the same direction as it, and then exert it. Was that the same thing?
Yeah, I don't.
Was that? Oh no, this is a different virus.
No, there was another one where it was like take it from your subconscious.
Yeah, so
really
that's gonna be what
that means.
But that's, well, you use these tokens, these token guys, and you put them. Oh, here he is. Like, yeah, this guy. Use tokens like these. You have them over on your subconscious, and basically, because if you didn't have this, you would just take a card and like put the back of it up. You know what I mean? But having the actual token means you have a card that actually has all the stats and abilities on it. But like if you didn't, you would just have a card like this over there to put over and put it face down and be like, oh yeah, this is a duplicate of Bacteriophage, which is why this is pretty awesome. Okay, and it has, so yeah, that is pretty freaking amazing. And then it also has a heavy attack 5 to do 5 damage. So you get 2 copies for playing this. That's why it's so amazing. That's why you exert when you play it and do 23 aura. Pretty fantastic. We have Naja Cobra. Place Naja Cobra on a spot adjacent to you, facing the same direction as per normal. 16 aura, 5 life, not bad. They are have a swift attack cast. Naja Cobra deals 4 earth damage to a target in its awareness, which is up to 2 away from it. That is really cool. And as a trigger, if Naja Cobra deals damage to a champion, then abilities played by that champion are increased by 3 energy this round. So basically, after it hits a champion, they have to spend 3 energy to play any abilities, which that's kind of evil. Talk about forcing people to discard cards. Oh, this is the one we had to counter to. We have the Picorn virus. This was the foil that we had gotten in the front. So now it is back in for 16 aura. The Swift is a range electric attack. 3 does 3 damage in that V formation in front of itself, and it has a trigger electric brand. So it's got the effects all on here, and then this is a full art foil version of it. So you'd probably want to either have a spare copy of this, or maybe take a little picture of this and keep it on the side if you want to put this in your deck in a protector. I wouldn't play with this without having the whole deck in protectors, being that it's foil. But I'm glad I got the actual card so we could see what this does. I'm going to put it with it though over here with my foils, just so they're paired up. I got a champion in this one. We have Kasha, 22 life, 140 aura, no reduction. She's got that purple symbol and the yellow symbol for her. She has an action, cast, exert. Target champion or summon in your awareness loses 1 life and you gain a life. So she's got like a vampiric ability. She can do a damage and absorb the life. And then she's also got a continuous effect called Blood Convergence. I think she's a vampire. Whenever you play an ability that costs a life, you gain a life. Wow. So that's really interesting, because we saw some that cost life. Like, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Then we've got a Shield Major. This looks like a giant ant. He's got a lot of awareness. He's got it in front and either side. He costs 14 aura to play out. His attack is an execute, exert. Shield Major switches spots with a target in its awareness. Everything targeting them is now targeting Shield Major, and everything targeting Shield Major is now targeting them. So you can swap places with someone and make them take the damage for you. Continuous effect, electric counterattack 3. Whenever Shield Major is dealt damage by a champion or summon in its awareness, it deals 3 electric damage to them. This guy is nuts.
Swap with your champion to save them.
And to do the counter, to do the
throw yourself in front of them.
There's a lot of uses for this guy. This guy is really good. He uses green. Do any of the guys? This guy uses that green symbol, Essa. He could be in Essa's deck. I was just wondering if any of the new champions we've gotten out use that ability. We have Foreboding Tombstone. Swift, place Foreboding Tombstone on an occupied spot. It's 5 energy. It's a trap. Oh, you love these things. It's got 1 life. Trigger, Foreboding Tombstone. Whenever a champion leaves this spot, because if you place it on an occupied spot, they discard 2 cards at random. It's only 5 energy to do. What are your thoughts on this one? Because you like the traps.
I do like the traps. I think it's a fun trap.
That is really neat, isn't it? Because you can put it under them and be like, go ahead and leave if you want to, but if you do, you're going to discard some cards. That is neat. We have Water Strike. This is a spell. You deal 1 water damage to a target in Water Strike's awareness, which is the 2 space in front of you. It costs 8 aura. And then as a continuous modify effect, it says, if you dealt water damage this round, then Water Strike's cast ability cost is 4 aura instead. So this is the sort of thing. This is not a wow factor one, but it becomes half cost if you've already dealt water damage. So you want to have
similar to that Earth one that I had.
Exactly. Yes, very much so. It's one to play if you have a character who's already doing water damage. And then my last one is a Beckon Break. That wasn't the break you had, was it?
No.
So this is another one where you count up every time wounds happen, you put counters on it. And at the beginning of your turn, if Beckon Break has 5 or more counters on it, then you may remove all counters from Beckon Break. If you do remove them, place a rhinovirus from your subconscious on a spot adjacent to you, facing the same direction. So that rhinovirus card, I know we had one of those.
Did we had a different virus.
We had a lot of viruses. Oh, no, you're right. We don't have the rhinovirus. But you could keep a rhinovirus off to the side, not part of your deck, for if you have this, and this is a way to get it out basically for the cost of Beck and Break rather than the cost of Rhinovirus, which I'm guessing Rhinovirus must cost more than 8 for that to be worthwhile. We'll have to see if a Rhinovirus comes up. Okay, hon, your turn.
I have a Pelarafa. It is a summon. Just does water attack 5.
So, what was
It's 15 aura.
15 aura? Let's move that up so people can see that. I can do a little zoom in on it. So, water attack 5, summon for 15, and that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a Darting Lomasa. It is 14 aura.
Mm-hmm.
It has a basic attack 4, and it also has a dash where it says at the beginning of Darting Lomasa's turn, it may move.
Oh, wait. What?
Can't you always move at the beginning of your turn?
At the beginning? Oh, well, what I think that means is it gets a move at the beginning of its turn that doesn't count towards its normal movements. So it can move twice and still do an attack. That's actually really cool. Or it can move 3 times without doing an attack. Because that's in addition to its normal movements. That's actually really awesome.
And then I have another summon, which is a Gargantuan Rabbit. It costs 22 aura.
Okay.
It has an Earth Attack 5 and Fatigue 6.
Let's see. Earth Attack 5 and Fatigue 6 for 22 aura. I like the fact that it does 6 fatigue with that attack. It also has 7 life. That thing is insane. He's really good. I like that one. That's a good one.
Okay, and then I have a Dancing Stream. It's a spell. It costs 6 aura, and you gain 2 life.
Okay. Oh, I had that one earlier. Yes.
Oh, you
that's
did?
that is
Okay.
a duplicate. We've had that because that's a common, yeah.
And then I have 2 rares. One is a spell. It's Electrical Storm. It costs 16 aura. And it says you deal 3 electric damage to everything without Aerial in Electrical Storm's awareness. And you deal 6 electric damage to everything with Aerial
Oh my god.
in Electric Storm's awareness.
Let me see the awareness.
It's a lot.
Oh, what? This spell is amazing. Holy crud. For only 16 aura, I would have thought this would have cost more. That's insane. You could wipe the board. That would kill that angel in one hit. She had 6 life. I love that spell. I want that spell.
And then I have a Inferno Crawler.
That sounds interesting.
He is 22 aura. He has a fire attack 6. He also has dash, so he can move in the beginning of his turn.
That's really good.
And he has dash twice. He can move up to 4 times.
I'm sorry, what now? What? He has 2 dashes?
Yep.
He's got 6 life, and his attack is 6 damage. Wow. He's tough. He's strong. He costs 22 aura. That's a bit expensive, but doing 6 damage is insane. He can bring down some pretty big guys and do a lot of damage. And that extra movement means it's the wall is going to be nothing to him. He is why you're going to want to have things like the landmine.
Yeah.
Because the wall will not even slow him down. He's going to he can move up to 4 spaces in one turn if he doesn't want to attack, or 3 spaces and attack. That's really cool. Okay. So my next one I have is a technique. It is a kick. It is called Foot Stomp. So it's to either side of you, which is kind of interesting. That's something I haven't seen too much before. It's 4 energy to cast. It's a basic attack 3 and causes 3 fatigue. So that is freaking cool. We have another technique. We have Direct Punch. Basic attack 2 for 3 energy and 3 fatigue. So this is similar to the Foot Stomp, but in front of you, and not as damaging. It's also, though, easier to include in your deck because if you look, it only has the world symbol. It doesn't have an extra faction symbol on it. We have Backstep, which is another technique. This one costs 4 energy, and it says move to a spot in Backstep's awareness, which is up to 2 spaces behind you. So this is a great way to react to a big hit coming your way, to get out of the way. Because you can move 2 spaces back and be like, well, forget about it. You can't hit me now. Next, we have a summon. This is Via Diuta. Via Diuta.
I have a token for them.
Oh, interesting. Via Diuta token. Let's see what they do. Via Diuta is a summon insect. 4 aura to summon them. They have a swift cast, which says Viaduta deals 1 electric damage to a target in its awareness and exert. Now, there's nothing to summon other Viadutas with this, so something tells me that there must be a spell that lets you get free Viadutas out. So this is what this token is for. So I'm going to put this. Oh no! You know what this is for?
No.
This is for the cast ability from Viaduta, the 1 electric damage that happens as a swift to a target in its awareness. I think this is just to put it on the stack. I think that's what it's for. So I'm going to put him on the side for now, but I think that's what that is. Then Geomantic Explosions. This is a cast spell, 32 aura. Holy crap, is this
That's
expensive?
the highest I've seen.
Yeah, that's really expensive. It says you deal 6 earth damage to everything in your awareness. That's on every side of you. Trigger, Earthbrand. Whenever anything is dealt damage by geomantic explosions without a earth weakness, they gain earth weakness for this round, which means that it turns to 7 damage. Because if you have a weakness to a particular element, you take an extra damage. So this does 7 earth damage to everything and everyone around it, regardless of whether they had a weakness to earth damage or not. This is an answer to being surrounded. This is what this is. This is a definite answer to being surrounded. Next, we have Pestilent Mycophore. Pestilent Mycophore is a summon fungus. So it is 19 to summon, 19 aura that is. It has an electric attack 3 that exerts it, and it has a trigger Decay Brand. If Pestilent Mycophore deals damage to a summon, then that summon gains Decay. Which, by the way, if you recall, Decay means they take a damage every round. So it just has to hit you once, and it's a death sentence on a summon. And then it has trigger, Resurrect, Conjure, Viaduta. It says, whenever a summon with Decay dies, place a Viaduta from your subconscious on the spot where the summon was killed, facing the same direction as Pestilent Mycophore, then exert it. So do we... Oh, that's what this is for. This is the Viaduta token. So if he kills, you get free little insect guys for people dying from decay. Oh, that's what that's for. That's crazy. Next, we have some rares. We've got Volley of Arrows. This is a technique. It is a weapon range. It does 8 energy to do it. It is an action, and it is an area range attack 4. So it does 4 damage to everything in a fairly big area. That's pretty deadly. Terrible Memories. It is 14 aura to cast. This is the other rare in this pack. It says, name a card you deal X damage to a target champion in Terrible Memories awareness, where X is the total number of cards with that name in that champion's memories. That means their discard pile. Now, discards are public knowledge, so you can go looking through and find something that there's like 3 of in there. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, I got another champion. We have Tashir. So she's another archer. She's got a very interesting area of effect. It's 2 spaces in front of her and the 2 to either side of that. She's got 22 life, 90 aura, and 2 reduction on energy, which means she's really good for energy attacks. She's got a swift range air attack 2, and she has an action heavy range earth attack 3. She's pretty interesting. Definitely kind of cool. We have a Fire Strike, which is a spell cast swift. 8 aura, deal 1 damage to a target in Fire Strike's awareness. And as a continuous modifier, if you have dealt fire damage this round, then Fire Strike is half damage. So again, this is another one of those elemental discount spells. This seems to be one of those for all the elements. We've got Mind Reading, which is an enchantment that the action is you attach it for 5 aura, and as a continuous effect, champions around you must play with their thoughts revealed. So while you have this up, if someone's adjacent to you, they have to reveal their hand. That's kind of cool. That's really cool for stuff that affects stuff in your hand. There was I don't remember where it was, but we saw a card where like you got to pick a card, and if they had, it was the one where if they had duplicates in their hand, they had to discard all the duplicates. That'd be a great card in the same deck as that. We have an Earthmane Cub. It looks like an Elemental Earth Lion Cub. And it says it's 6 aura to cast. It's only got 1 life. But then Swift cast. Earthmane Cub deals 2 Earth damage to a target in its awareness. Yeah, it's just a common kind of cheapo little creature. And we have Forward Stab, basic attack 3 for 4 energy, but also does 4 fatigue. That's not bad. Again, for getting people to discard cards, that's always good. What do you got?
I have a Quake Hoof. It's a summon. It's like a little bison. All he does is he costs 9 aura, and Earth Attack 3.
So he's got an Earth Attack 3 and 9. He's affordable though. And he's got 3 life. He's kind of again a small little creature.
Yeah. And then I have a spell, Mythic Burst. It costs 8 aura, and you deal 2 damage to everything in its awareness.
Very cool.
Hallowed Ground, which is an alteration. It has Quick Build, which says place Hallowed Grounds on the same spot as you. It costs 5 energy to do that. And then Continuous, whenever a champion or summon on Hallowed Grounds is dealt damage, reduce that damage by 1.
So let's put that out there so we can all see that. That's interesting. So this is one that's more defensive then, because this is most of these things that we put out are usually like traps for other people. This is not a trap. This is actually
it's like a life spawn.
Huh. That's interesting.
And then I have another spell. It's called Rope Tornado. It costs 2 life and 11 aura. And it says deal 4 air damage to everything in Rope Tornado's awareness.
Oh, let's see the awareness.
The awareness is all around it.
Oh my god.
And then it has a trigger that says if anything is dealt damage by Rope Tornado, then you may place them on a spot around you.
Oh, you can move them. I like that.
Well, because you get sucked up in the tornado.
You get sucked up in the whirlwind.
And spit out somewhere else.
Hey, Dorothy, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I like that one. That's a cool spell.
And then I have a technique called Warp Strike.
Mm-hmm.
It costs 9 aura and 5 energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it says move to a spot adjacent to a target in Warp Strike's awareness.
So you can zip in behind them. That's pretty cool.
And then it also has a trigger for basic attack 3. If you move because of Warp Strike, then you deal 3 damage to a target in Warp Strike's awareness.
Did we have that before? We might have had a
I don't know.
Warp Strike. That's okay. Keep going. I think
it's uncommon, so we may have.
We had something that did something similar to that. I don't know if it was the same one.
And then I have Longma.
Mm-hmm.
It is a summon.
Okay.
It costs 19 aura.
Mm-hmm.
There's an area attack 5. And then a trigger, push. If anything is dealt damage by Longma, then move them 1 spot away from Longma.
And the area is the 2 spaces in front of Longma.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just got one of them. Did I get one of them in this pack? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I did. I did get one. Let me pull them out because we've already talked about them.
And
that's cool.
My last one is a technique, Lunging Assault.
Mm-hmm.
It costs 13 energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it says you may move, you may rotate. So I'm guessing move twice and rotate once.
Yeah.
And then it says range attack 6. If you have moved because of Lunging Assault, then you deal 6 range damage to a target in Lunging Assault's awareness.
Oh, I like this. This is really, really cool, actually. And also really good, again, for... It is an energy one, really good for those guys with the big energy discounts because it costs a lot of energy normally. It's 13 energy. But like we had that guy who had a 3 energy discount.
Yeah, it was like Essa or something.
Yeah, here she is, Essa. She has a 3 energy discount. So for her, it wouldn't be actually that bad. Okay, we got Hallowed Grounds.
Wait, I just went through
Oh, you did that one? Oh, my bad. Chittering Romasi. It's a squirrel, it looks like. So they have 1 health. They're only 3 aura to get them out. And they only have a basic attack of 2. So this is just a dirt cheap guy to put in. And it can go in almost any deck because all it's got is the World Allegiance. So very cheap. Next we have Maricha. We haven't seen Maricha yet, I don't think. They're a 3 life guy, 9 aura to get out, water attack 3, exert them to do it. Very basic kind of guy. Next we have Earthmane Lion. This looks a little more interesting. We've got 2 life. Their beckon is exert yourself and 5 aura to get them out, which that's interesting. They have Blitz. When Earthmane Lion enters the arena, remove all exert tokens from it. It's like the baboon from the starter decks. Oh, wow. And they have an Earth Attack 3. I like the Earth Main Lion. I like guys who can do that so they can attack on the first turn they're out, so they don't have a chance of being wiped out before they even get to do anything. I like that a lot. Next, we have Redirect Spell. It has a 16 aura cost, and it says negate cast. Negate target cast ability played in redirect spells awareness. So it's a counter spell. It's essentially a counter spell, and the awareness is two spaces in front of it and the spaces to either side of it. Trigger cast. If you negate an ability with redirect spell, then you may play a copy of the spell without paying its cost. You can choose new targets for the copy. So it's not just you counter and then you cast it yourself. This is nuts. How cool is that? Mm-hmm. That is a really cool effect. All right, I got a precise thrust. This sounds like it's going to be kind of similar to that you had a thrust card that was not, it was a different one, but yeah, it was long thrust or something.
Those are ones that are from this new one.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is a basic attack, either in front of you or to the left or the right. Basic attack 5 for 5 energy, and the trigger is execute. While precise thrust is on the stack, whenever an ability is played, you may negate precise thrust. If you do, then return it to your memories return it from your memories into your thoughts. So basically, if someone plays something to counter this, you can remove it from the stack and put it into your hand again. So it's almost uncounterable. It's just that you have to play it again to get its effects. Then we have Nullify. Negate all abilities on the stack by target champion or summon and nullifies awareness. This is a really cool effect. That's just basically a counter spell. We have a Firehound. He is 9 aura, 3 life, and has a fast attack 3. Not too complicated. Pretty basic character. We have a Block. This is a technique. Swift, defense 2, 5 energy to cast. Whenever the next 2 damage dealt by a target in Block's awareness, which is straight in front of you, you get to block it this round. Prevent that 2 damage. And it has a breakthrough ability. It says trigger. If damage is prevented by Block for the first time, then draw a card. So it blocks 2 damage and then lets you draw another card. So actually, that's pretty interesting because it immediately gives you another card back. And we have Blow Away. I don't think we saw this yet, did we? No. It's 2 in front. The 2 spaces in front of you push 5 aura. The target is blown away. Awareness must move 1 spot away from you. Continuous. Modify. If the target of Blow Away's push ability has been dealt air damage this round, then you may push them 2 spots instead of 1. So this is a good way to get a melee character the heck away from you. Very cool. All right, so why don't you go ahead with some of yours?
So I got a champion in this one.
Oh, yes, champions.
Satyr. They have an air attack 1.
Oh, are they foil?
No.
Oh, okay.
And they have a trigger, reinforcements. At the end of the round, look at the top card of your timeline. You may reveal it. If it is a summon, then play its beckon ability by paying the cost.
What? He
just gets dudes at the end of the round.
Wow. And he's got 135 aura. That's a lot of freaking aura. Yeah. He's interesting.
Hey, did we do a direct punch? I don't recall. This is a basic attack.
Yes, we had one of those.
And then I have Protective Barrier, which is a spell. It costs 2 life and 11 aura. It says prevent all damage dealt to you and a target in Protective Barrier's awareness this round. Did we have the Swarm?
No, I don't think we did.
Okay, so it costs, it's a spell. It costs 18 aura. It says place a Vidyuta from your subconscious on a spot in Vidyuta Swarm's awareness, facing the same direction as you, then exert it. Repeat this 4 more times.
What? Wait a minute. What? Hold on.
You get 5 of them.
That's nuts.
All around you.
That's insane. That's insane. I love it. Oh my god. I want to make a swarm deck now. There's so many of these cool insect effects.
Then I have a technique, Psychic Blast. You have to discard one. Well, it's a range attack 4. You discard one and 3 energy to do range attack 4, and then it also has fatigue 4.
Oh, that's nice. So it makes your enemy discard 4 cards.
And then this is the first one I've seen. There is an epic rare.
Oh, I don't know if I had any epic rares.
It's red. If you do.
Well, epic rares.
If you just look at the color, it's
I was
red.
gonna say epic rares are generally like only 1 or 2 per entire box. So if I did, it'd probably be the only other one in here. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I'm just looking through to see if there's been any epic rares because I wasn't paying that much attention to the rarities. But this is probably gonna be something super special. No, I don't. Let me. Oh! We did in the foils. We had an epic rare in the foils. It oh no, it wasn't the foil. It was the guy we had the foil of.
Okay.
The Picornavirus. Picornavirus was an epic rare. Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a summon Rock Crusher. It's an elephant. It costs 16 aura. It has an Earth Attack 3 and then trigger Earth Brand, but then it does not say what Earth Brand is.
I believe that was in the cheat sheets. I have to look that up. But wow. Yeah, so 16 aura, 5 life. Okay, sounds interesting. I have to check what the brand does. It's one of the keyword things, one of the special effects. Okay, so we've got here knockback. It's a basic attack 2 for energy that pushes someone back. We have Sioi Nage. Sioi Nage is a technique grapple that affects behind you. And it says swift. It's 2 energy to do, so that's actually very affordable. Place target champion or summon in Sioi Mage's awareness on a spot around you. So you get to move them from behind you to somewhere else. Trigger, execute. If Sioi champion is or summon, if a champion or summon is placed on a spot around you by Sioi Nage, I can't pronounce it. Then you may deal 2 damage to them. So it throws a guy from behind you to somewhere else and does 2 damage to them. It's very affordable, though, at only 2 energy to do it. All right, so Aura Purge, it's a trap. It says, place Aura Purge into an unoccupied spot on the arena. Trigger, if a champion leaves the spot Aura Purge is on, they must pay 8 aura. That's pretty crazy. And then continuous, champions on Aura Purge cannot draw cards from abilities they play. So this is not, this is definitely something, as you have to play it somewhere, they're not, somewhere unoccupied. This is something you definitely don't want to step on. This is kind of crazy.
No, it says unoccupied.
Oh, occupied. Oh my God, this is evil. Oh, I didn't even understand that. This is evil. That is really evil. That could really do some dastardly evil things to your opponent in the game. Next, we have Turn Away. It's a technique. It says Swift, execute 5 energy. Target champion or summon in Turn Away's awareness must rotate. So you force someone to look away from you. And if it's something that can only attack, say, in front of them, you just made it so that they're going to have to move or, maybe it's... I'm trying to think because I was going to say they're going to get to move on their turn anyway. Oh, you know what this could be good for? This could be good for making someone turn away from you who has a swift reaction. If they have a swift reaction where they're going to hit you back, this could help you turn them away so they can't do that. Next, we have Away. Return target summoned to Away's awareness to its owner's thoughts. You can return someone to their hand. Protected by Faith. It is a technique, ritual, execute, prevent the next 1 damage dealt to you this round. It costs either 8 aura or 3 energy. This would be a good one if it could go in that guy who has the 3 energy discount. And continuous, modify stack 5 while protected by Faith's execute ability is the 5th ability on the stack. Instead of preventing 1 damage, you prevent all damage. So if you're able to have like a big stack that goes back and forth, and this is the 5th thing on it, this could be actually really boosted. I think that'd be a rare thing happening, though. We've never had a stack that big. Though there are more cards that could be interesting in stacks here in the packs than there were in the starter set. I have a Hayam, 16 to put them out, 4 life. Ranged air attack 3 exerts air brand. If anything is dealt damage by a Hayam without air weakness, then they gain air weakness. That's what the air brand does. So any of the element brands, you were asking about that with one of the previous things. We have Traumaphobia, which is a enchantment curse. Attach Traumaphobia as a skill to target enemy, and Traumaphobia's awareness. Traumaphobia: when an ally summon adjacent to you loses life, you lose that much life. So this is really a really cool curse to put on your opponent, because then you could both do damage to their summon as well as them at the same time. You don't have to decide. Rhinovirus, this is a token. Again, obviously going to be for an effect. We're going to just put them aside to see if we get the effect.
Rhinovirus, there was another card that referenced it.
Oh, okay. So there was something that summoned it up? Yeah, so they are 3 life, action, aura to get them out, electric attack 3, exert. And then Spore Cloud is a trap, 5 energy, immediate. Whenever a champion or summon leaves this spot, all damage dealt by them is prevented this round. Okay, we're back. We took a quick break, and Lynn had opened a pack right before we left, and now she's going to go over what she had in that pack.
So I have an occupancy token, which is like a whirlwind tornado thing.
I had an occupancy token too, but mine was different. Yeah, this was mine. Mine was like different illustration.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's effects that occupy an area for something and have some kind of effect. I haven't seen one yet though.
So I have a summon. He is a Death Eater.
A Death Eater?
He costs 4 life to beckon him.
Okay. But that's it? Like no aura, no energy, just life?
Just 3 life.
Huh.
He has a trigger. When Death Eater enters the arena, it kills target summon around it with remaining 3 life or less.
Okay, wait, put that up here. That is interesting. So it's 3 life to pay him. He has 4 life himself. What's his final thing? Is his attack?
Dark attack 3. It's just a basic attack.
He's
he
really interesting.
He kills people. He has the potential to kill people when he enters.
But on top of that, he doesn't cost any aura at all. Like usually, most of the ones I've seen like this, it'll be like aura and life. He just costs life, which that's kind of weird. That's the first one we've seen like that.
And then I have a Buffeting Winds. It is a spell. It costs 17 aura. It says you deal 4 air damage to everything on target spot in Buffering Winds awareness. All spots in Buffering Winds awareness are considered occupied this round. So that's where
That's the occupied.
You would use this.
Yes.
It's the same picture.
Well, and I like that they did that. They put them in this. They do that with a lot of these things. They'll put the token one in the same pack as the thing that needs it, which is kind of cool.
And then I have a technique. He's a Guruma. It costs 4 energy.
Mm-hmm.
It just has it has a swift ability where it can rotate. It just says rotate. And then a basic attack 3, which is triggered. If you rotate because of Hizaguruma, you may deal 3 damage to a target in Hizaguruma's awareness. And then it has a trigger for toss. If a champion or summon is dealt damaged by Hizaguruma, then you may place it on any spot around
I
you.
love those effects that can move things. They're so good in a game where you need to move things into correct positions or incorrect positions when you're defending.
And then I have an electric pillar. It's an alteration. It costs 10 aura.
Okay.
You put it in an unoccupied spot. And it has a continuous electric brand. So everything on or adjacent to electric pillar without electric weakness has electric weakness. And then I have a vacuumed vortex, which is a spell. It costs 12 aura. It says you deal 3 air damage to everything in vacuum vortex's awareness. It's just 2 spaces in front of it.
Okay.
And then continuous modify stack 4. While vacuumed vortex's cast ability is the 4th ability on the stack, it becomes everything adjacent to the spot in Vacuum Vortex's awareness is placed on that spot. You deal 3 air damage to everything on that spot.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, it sucks them in.
And then I have a snare, which is an alteration trap. It costs 5 energy. You place it in an occupied spot. And then snare means champions and summons cannot leave the spot, and it does have a decay. It loses 1 life at the end of the round. It only has 1 life.
Okay, so it literally just traps someone there for one round.
Yes. And then
it's cheap to do though. It's only what, 5 energy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a technique called Warping Sweep. It costs 7 aura and 5 energy. Mm-hmm. And it says move to a spot adjacent to a target in Warping Sweep's awareness. And then it has a trigger for a basic attack 4. If you move because of Warping Sweep for the first time, then you deal 4 damage to a target in Warping Sweep's awareness. And then a trigger for Warp. If a champion or summon is dealt damage by Warping Sweep, then you may move to a spot adjacent to a target in Warping Sweep's awareness.
All right, so for the pack I just opened, I know we had a Rhinovirus token, but this might be the first Rhinovirus? I'm not really sure if we saw one before. But he's 9 aura to get out, and then he has a 3 damage electric attack and 3 life. So pretty basic guy. Then I've got a Pain Imp, another really cheap guy. He costs 1 life, but nothing else. So similar to that other guy, but even lower level. He has 1 life himself. And then he has a heavy fire attack 2 that exerts him, and a cast to exert him, where the Pain Imp deals 1 fire damage to target in his awareness. And now that is 1 right in front of him, and I was realizing the reason for that is because that's for hitting flying guys. Because normally his normal attack does better, but then you remember flying guys can be hit by casts, so that's pretty useful. Are you having trouble with that, Pat?
Yeah, I just moisturized my hands, and now everything's slipping.
Well, don't cut the cards. Be careful over there. All right. So I've got Tower Sphinx. They are a 9 aura to summon, 2 life. They have a cast action that is Swift. Excuse me, cast Swift expert that says Tower Sphinx deals 2 air damage to a target in its awareness, which is up to 2 spaces in front of it. And for a continuous effect, modify stack 3. While Tower Sphinx cast ability is the 3rd ability on the stack, it deals 3 air damage instead. So this one is not as hard to get as one of we had that earlier one where there had to be it had to be the 5th card in the stack. Mm-hmm. 3 on the stack is much more doable. Definitely much more doable. And if you're hearing that squeaking, that is our puppy Nico playing with one of his toys off of the screen right now. Okay, so my next one here is Launch. This is a spell. It is a swift cast, 14 aura. It says, target summon in Launch's awareness gains flight, aerial, and all attack abilities. They gain ranged attribute for this round. Okay, so this is like... basically, we had that one that was like Leap, and this is like a version to do it for one of your minions rather than yourself, essentially. It's essentially a minion version of that. Then we have Warp Strike here, in front of you, left or right for the area effects. It is a technique. It is 9 aura, 5 energy, swift, and it says move to a spot adjacent to a target in the Warp Strike's awareness. And then trigger, basic attack 3. If you moved because of Warp Strike, then you deal 3 damage to a target in Warp Strike's awareness. So basically you portal to somewhere near, adjacent to one of those guys, and then hit that guy from like the other side. We saw something similar to this. I don't know if we saw the same one. I
don't know. Some of them are like, I'm pretty sure we've seen all of these. I pulled them out of my thing, but... Some of them, I'm like, I don't know.
I was going to say, I know we saw Volley of Arrows, and that. We definitely saw that. And High Jump, we were just talking about that. Let me just check, since you were saying you weren't sure. Yeah, no, you were 100% correct.
I had that one.
You had that one for sure?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, we definitely have seen all those. So good, we're getting to the point where we've seen a lot of the commons and even a lot of the uncommons. Okay, so next I have Divine Blessing. This is one that gives, it's 10 aura, gives Cure 4. So you can heal 4 life, and it has the modify stack 5. Oh, this is the one I think we saw where it doubles it to cure 8 if you're the 5th in the stack. This one's a little tough to get to double, but actually its basic effect is fine, so I don't really mind. Winged Elate, or a latte, I'm not really sure. It is 18 aura to summon, 4 life. It's got an electric attack 3. It has flight, which we know how what a pain those can be. And it has a trigger, Conjure via Diuta. At the beginning of the winged Alate's turn, place a via Diuta from your subconscious adjacent to the winged Alate or Alate, facing the same direction as winged Alate, then exert it. So this is another one that gets to trigger another one of the Viaduta. Those are the bug guys, which we've got a couple of tokens of them so far. And by the way, I had picked up that one where you summon a whole swarm of them. Mm-hmm. I got another one of those. It was a double, so I just put it off to the side. Earth Fisher. Did we have this one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, Earth Fisher says it's swift, it's cast, it's exert, and 15 aura, and then you get to deal 4 Earth damage to everything in the line of sight, which is straight in front of you in a straight line. So everything in a straight line there is going to get hit with 4 Earth damage. That can be pretty deadly if you do it at the right time. Hearty Soup. As an action for 2 energy, you get to cure 1, which is nice, get 1 health back, and then trigger Hearty 1. If a champion gains health from Hearty Soup, then the next energy cost they pay is reduced by 1. So this has like a really cool double effect. Heal 1 and reduce the energy of the next card you play by 1. That's actually, I think that'd be cool in the deck with that person with the high energy reduction, because then you could play it before playing something with a huge energy cost. Because she has energy reduction 3, you play that. It's free. It gives her then an energy reduction 4 for the next card. You play that one that was like 13 energy, and now it drops all the way down to 9. That could be actually really awesome. Then we had Aura Break. This is an enchantment, 8 aura to cast it. The trigger is whenever you lose, and again, it's in one of those breaks, so you lose life, you put tokens on it. When you get 5 or more tokens on it, you may remove all counters from Aura Break. If you do, you gain 15 aura back. That's
the only one I've seen to gain aura back.
Yeah. This is the only card I've seen in the whole box so far that gains you aura back. That's great. Gaining aura is tough, so that's really good. And then we have right uppercut, basic attack 4, 5 energy, and it gives fatigue 4.
Okay, so I have another champion here. I have Manot or Mano, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Let's see him. What's the name? Let me see. I think Mano.
Okay, well, she has a swift cast. You deal 2 water damage to a target in your awareness. Her awareness is the 2 squares in front of her. And then she has an action Ice Wall. It's either 5 aura or 4 energy. And target spot in the arena is considered occupied this round.
Oh, that's what that other ice thing is probably. Yeah, that's what this is for. That's so cool. Okay, no, that's and she's got 130 aura, which is really good. Well, no, she's pretty interesting.
And then I have Clone, which is the spell. It costs 1 life and 12 aura. And it says, the next time you beckon a summon with 6... Is that supposed to be life? I don't know.
Let me see. Next, this is... Okay, so 1 life and 12 aura. The next time you beckon a summon with 6 chi, that's the chi symbol.
Oh, okay.
Or less, because see, that's the symbol up here. This round, that summon gains Replicate 1. Replicate. When this summon enters the arena from your thoughts... you take a copy of this summon from your subconscious and place it on the spot. So you can literally get for playing this first, you can get a duplicate of any summon. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. There's some crazy stuff you could do with that.
And then I have a summon Violent Bimount. He looks like a Yeti. He costs 22 aura. Mm-hmm. Place Violent Bimount on a spot adjacent to you. Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. And then he has a range attack 6.
Range attack 6 is really good, and he has 6 life. He's 22 aura though. That's very expensive.
And then I have another summon, Cackling Scavenger. Costs 15 aura. He has a fire attack 5. And a continuous fear. Summons and cackling scavengers awareness cannot play attack abilities.
What? Wait, what?
It's the
And his
fear.
awareness is big. He's got one in front of him and one to the left and one to the right. That's really good. Okay, so did we have diving juke already?
I don't know. I didn't have it. You may
I
have.
don't think no, I don't think we did. Okay, so this one is a technique. It is a swift move, 6 energy technique that says move to a spot in the diving juke's awareness. Basically, it's a response to get you the heck out of the way of an incoming attack. Then we have a summon, Rhino Pinny, which looks like a cross between a rhinoceros and a seal and is adorable. And it costs 6 aura to summon. It has 2 life. And then it has a water attack to exert. It's a fairly basic water attack kind of creature. We have a Viad Utah. I think we've had some of these regular ones before, as well as the tokens. I picked up another token, though, by the way. We had plenty of the tokens, but this one has a different illustration. I just wanted to show that. It had an alternate illustration on it from the other ones, which is kind of cool. Chasing Waters. This is a spell. 9 aura, gain 3 life, lose all ailments, and destroy all curses attached to
You
you.
mean cleansing waters?
Yes.
Because you said chasing waters.
Oh, I meant cleansing waters. My bad. Cleansing waters. Then we have chaotic manipulation. Ooh, this has a big area of effect. It is a spell cast, 12 aura. 2 targets in chaotic manipulation's awareness, which is awareness is huge. Switch places. There are so many cool things you could do with that. Especially with putting that in the stack and making someone attack their own guys or things like that could be pretty amazing. Okay, so we've got Force Blast, deal 6 damage to everything in Force Blast's awareness, which are the 3 spaces in front of you. It is a spell for 21 aura. That's pretty nice. Protective Barrier. Was this the one you had earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so we did see that one. And I think you had Traumaphobia too, right?
Nope.
No, oh, I thought you did. All right, so that affects the 2 spaces in front of you. It is an enchantment. Curse, attach Traumaphobia as a skill to the enemy. Whenever an ally is summoned adjacent to you, you lose. Whenever an ally summoned adjacent to you loses life, you lose that much life. No, I had this one earlier. I definitely did. Okay, that's what it was. Then we have Calculated Assault. This is a rare technique. It is 5 energy for a basic attack, 3 swift, and it has a continuous effect to modify the stack at +4, which when it is the 4th or greater ability in the stack, its basic attack 3 becomes basic attack X, where X is the number of abilities on the stack. Now I like this one because you don't have to be exactly 3. You could have more above you, and the more above you, the merrier with this one. If people try to counter this, as long as you don't let them fully counter it, as long as you can keep putting stuff on the stack, eventually your attack's going to be huge, which that could be really awesome. Then we've got Recomposition, which is a action execute 1 health to pay for it technique. Reveal the top 2 cards of your timeline. You may put any of them into your memories, put the rest back in any order. This is what would go really well with that promo card. Remember that promo card we were talking about at the beginning that allows really you wanted to know what was coming as your next card on your timeline. Next we have Agility Break. It is an enchantment. It is 8 aura. You attach it as a skill. Trigger. Whenever you lose life, of course you put it on there. When you hit 5, you remove all the counters from Agility Break. If you do, then you may move or rotate. So a free move, that's not bad. I still like that one that gives you all the aura back
We
fast.
had the chicken.
Oh, we did have the chicken? Did we have Airstrike? It seems to be...
No, but I do have a copy.
Oh, all right. So Airstrike is you deal 1 air damage to target in Airstrike's awareness. If you have Delta air damage this round, Airstrike's cost is 4 instead of 8. So it's another one of those discount elemental ones. Just one of the elements we hadn't seen yet, because that one is for air.
Okay, so I got another champion. I actually got this lady. Her name is Iblis. She has a heavy electric attack 3 and a continuous damage resistance 1. All damage dealt to you is reduced by 1.
Oh, very cool.
And then
All that, that's continuous. All damage dealt to you is reduced by 1. That is really, really good. I mean, she can just ignore things that only do 1 damage completely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She only has 80 aura, though.
She does, but that's probably
But she's got a lot of life.
It's to counteract the fact that
Yeah.
she's very defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were doing the review, you were like, well, we haven't seen anything that's super defensive. Play her with a lot of heal stuff.
Yeah.
That'll last a long time.
I have a spell called Slippery. It costs 8 aura. And it says target champion or summon in Slippery's awareness moves to the other spot in Slippery's awareness. And then there's a continuous ability, modify. If the target of Slippery's cast ability has been dealt water damage this round, its cast ability becomes target champion or summon in Slippery's awareness, moves to the other spot in Slippery's awareness, and then rotates.
Oh, that's interesting.
The picture is hilarious, too.
Oh, because they're slipping and falling on their back? So my pack was actually almost completely things we had already seen before, which, by the way, I just want to throw out there. We got another one of those great aura breaks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Did we see Cold Shot?
It's just a range attack 3 for 4 energy.
I don't remember.
Not sure.
And did you have a Lava Rider?
No.
Oh,
what
okay.
is that?
So he is a summon for 16 aura.
Okay.
He has a range fire attack 3, and he has fire brand. So,
oh, nice. So he turns people weakness to fire.
And then I have a firing Krog. He costs 18 aura. And he has a cast. Firing Krog deals 5 water damage to a target in its awareness. And he does like a T in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also has Water Brand.
I like these guys that give people a weakness to the element. That is pretty cool. Does it say... Let me just see. I want to read because it has over here. Anything that is dealt damage by fire Krog without water weakness, they then gain water weakness for this round. So the thing is, it lasts for the whole round. If you do his attack first and have a bunch more water attacks coming, that could be insane. That could really deal a lot more damage. That's why I think they're so awesome. All right, so I had only 2 new cards in my pack. Everything else we'd already seen. I have Electric Pillar, which is one of those alterations that you like so much. This one has 6 life. It is 10 aura to create it. And it has a continuous ability, Electric Brand. Everything on or adjacent to Electric Pillar without electric weakness has electric weakness. This could be a really cool one in an electric-centric deck. There was that one of the heroes we saw had a lot of electric powers. And then I have Rock Crusher, who's a big elephant monster similar to the other one we had.
I had him.
No, we had a different one. We had the ultra rare version. This is the rare version.
Oh, how are they different?
They're the same species, but they're not the same card.
No, it just says Rock Crusher.
Oh, it is?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was mine. I remember what it said.
Oh, then why... What's the difference between them? Because that one still is epic rare. Mine has...
It just doesn't have the blurb for whatever reason.
Huh. That's odd. I don't know what the... Yeah, I was going to say, they are exactly the same. Mine is rare, yours is epic rare.
It's just the picture's bigger. That's the only
difference. Oh,
difference.
that's what it is. It's a different... It's an epic rare of the same rare, but with nicer, like, larger art. That's what it is. But yeah, you're right. It is the same card. You are correct. I thought it was a different card, but it's actually the same card with just bigger art. Okay, let me pull out my...
I have another champion.
Ooh! I love getting the champions. They're so cool.
Kato.
Okay.
He has... you deal 2 earth damage to a target in your awareness. That's just a cast. It's free.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he has a Force Warp, which costs 5 aura and 4 energy. Place target champion or summon in your awareness on a spot adjacent to you.
Let me see that. So, he's got one energy reduction, 135 aura. He's really good. Oh, it's not free, it's exert, of course. That's his attack. Yeah. But yeah, He's really good just by the numbers alone, and his ability is interesting. Place target champion or summon in your awareness on a spot adjacent to you. So getting to move people around you. Now, granted, that's expensive because that costs 5 aura and 4 energy. Granted, he does have a discount on the energy. Mm-hmm. He'll drop it down to 3. But yeah, that's an interesting one.
So, and then I have a spell, Dedicated Studies. It costs 2 energy. You draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. And then I have a summon, Karat Frog. Costs 11 aura. He just has a range 3 attack.
Okay.
And
Well,
then
it's still good though.
I have a technique backstep. Costs 4 energy. Move to a spot in backstep's awareness. His awareness is behind him.
Hmm.
And then I have a summon Territorial Bala. Costs 19 aura. He has a basic attack 4. And then he has an elemental resistance that's continuous. All elemental damage dealt to Territorial Bala by abilities is reduced by 1.
Wait, all elemental damage, regardless of elements?
Elemental damage includes air, earth, water, electric, fire, holy, and dark.
Wow. That's really good, especially since he has 5 life.
And then this sounds vaguely familiar. We didn't have Wave of Death, did we?
I don't think we did.
Okay. It's a spell. It costs 1 life and 17 aura.
That's expensive.
And it says kill all summons in Wave of Death's awareness. Just kill.
Just kill all summons that are around you. Wow. Well, adjacent to you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good spell.
And then I have Sudden Vengeance. It's a technique. It costs either 25 aura or 10 energy. And it has warp, move to a spot adjacent to a target in Sudden Vengeance's awareness. And then the trigger is execute. If you move because of Sudden Vengeance, then you deal 6 damage to a target adjacent to you.
Okay. Yeah. That could be very expensive though. It's got an amazing effect, but 25 aura or 10 energy. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if you play it with that guy with the 3 energy reduction, because that'd only be 7 energy. It would, and especially like this would be a good one to play.
If you can, I don't think you can.
Can you not? Oh no, you're right. You can't. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it cannot go in his deck. You're right.
It's a lady.
Her deck.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it a her? Essa. I think it is a lady. I'm not sure. Okay, so spinning back fist. Did we have that? It's a basic attack 3 for 5 aura, and it gives fatigue 3. Pretty standard. Hell Chasm. This one is pretty expensive. 2 life and 21 aura. It's a spell action. Deals 6 fire damage to everything in Hell Chasm's awareness. Place a chasm from your subconscious on every spot in Hell Chasm's awareness. So, I just want to point out how big the awareness is. It is 4 spaces. It is the 2 straight in front of you, and the 2 on either side of the 2 away from you in front of you. This is pretty amazing, and I guess the chasms are probably I'm guessing they must be probably those alterations.
Token.
Oh, that might be it. Place. Hold on. Hell Chasm's awareness. What is it? Place a chasm. So what does the chasm do?
It has create 12 aura. It's an alteration.
So it is an alteration, but this gets it for free. What does it do?
It says chasm occupies the spot it's on. At the end of each turn, kill all summons on chasm.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Okay, I got Emergent Worm. This one is weird. It can only attack to its sides. It's 11 aura to beckon, but it's swift to beckon, so you can do it on the stack. It's got 3 life. It's got trigger, range, fire attack 3. When Emergent Worm enters the arena, it deals 3 range fire damage to a target in its awareness. This is just automatic upon summoning it. And then it has a swift range fire attack of 3 as per normal, but summoning it lets you attack something for free, even though it's going to have an exert token on it. That is really cool. We have Dedicated Studies, which are a spell for only 2 energy that you draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. I didn't realize we'd already seen that. Okay, so we got Innovative Cover. This is a defense 3 for 7 energy. Prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to a target in Innovative Cover's awareness this round. If damage is prevented, Innovative Cover for the first time this round, draw a card. Actually, I think we did have this one before. There's been so many. There's a lot of variety to these cards. It's hard to keep track of which ones I've already seen.
So I have a Summon Slumrat.
I like the name.
Cost 6 aura, and it just has a fire attack too.
Okay, pretty basic creature.
And then summon Bombardier Beetle. It costs 7 aura, and it has a range electric attack too.
Okay.
And then Tower Sphinxes is another summon.
Oh, we had them.
We did? Okay. Did we ever summon a Pelarafa?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do not
It
know.
costs 15 aura, and then it just has water attack 5. It's
Pretty basic.
yeah.
Okay. I think we might have had it actually now that I've taken a closer look at his picture. I got a lot of doubles in mind I'm pulling out right now that we've already seen, but I've also got a lot of, Bombardier Beetle, Slum Rat, Airstrike, definitely saw those. Okay, so here's what we got here. We've got Mythic Burst. It is a spell, hits the 2 spaces directly in front of you, 8 aura. You deal 2 damage to everything in Mythic Burst's awareness. That is pretty nice. We have Swarmed Leo. This is a summon lion insect. Interesting. 9 aura to bring it out, 3 life. Swift basic attack of 2, and trigger, it does have decay with only 3 life. Oh, I don't like this one. I was going to say, I'm generally pretty positive on most of these cards, but that one I'm not a big fan of. We have Air Shield. Prevent the next one damage dealt to you, dealt to a target this round. It is 2 energy and 5 aura. That is very expensive for that effect. Not a huge fan of that one either. Repurpose, we have, let's see, 11 aura to enchant, and then at the end of your turn, you may sacrifice an ally summon in your awareness or a skill attached to you. If you do, then you draw a card. Oh, we did see this one before. Definitely did. I got Air Soldier. Air Soldier says 17 aura to summon, 6 life. They cast and exert swiftly a 3 damage to everything on target spot in Air Soldier's awareness. And they have an execute trigger. When Air Soldier plays its cast ability, if it is the 3rd ability on the stack, then copy it, and Air Soldier may choose a new target. This can become amazing if people actually try to respond to you, because if you wind up being exactly the 3rd there, being able to do it twice. But it is very specific that you have to be the 3rd. We've got a Caustic Millipede, 16 aura, 6 health. It has an awareness of the 2 spots directly in front of it in a row. It has a ranged electric attack of 4. It has Decay Brand. Trigger. If anything is dealt damage by Caustic Millipede that does not have Decay, then they gain decay for the rest of the game. That's awesome. So they're basically venomous. They poison you and you slowly die. Oh, and we have another champion. Oh, he's a good one. Shun. Shun has 90 aura. That's a little low. 20 health, but 2 energy reduction. That's really good. He has a swift fire attack, 3 damage. He has a drain attack 2, which means it does 2 damage and gains 2 life. And he has a bloodthirst. I think he's another vampire, which is at the end of the round. If you did not gain health, you lose a health. So you have to go. You want to be doing drain attacks all the time. He's interesting. He's weird, but you have to get him up into combat. He has to be doing things to gain him life, or he's going to be in trouble. But he is really interesting.
Okay. So I have another champion. Her name is Kareen.
Put her here so we can see her.
Then I can't read her.
Oh, okay.
She has an action, a heavy attack 3, and then her swift is readjust. You discard 1 and spend 8 aura, and it says you lose your current awareness and gain the awareness of the discarded card. If the discarded card is a summon, then you gain all abilities from that summon this round.
Whoa, wait,
She's a
what?
shapeshifter.
Wait, so she gains the abilities of the card you discard?
You discard to do the readjust, yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. And she also, let's point out, she has 115 aura and 2 energy reduction. And her basic attack does 3 damage. Let's not forget that. She is, she's really cool.
I think we may have had this warp. Did we have a warp?
I'm not sure. What does it do?
It costs 6 aura and 5 energy and move to a spot adjacent to a target in Warp's awareness. It's a common. I would figure we had at least one of them.
Well, possibly, but we showed it just in case.
Yeah, and this 2 block. I don't remember if we've had block, but it's just, it does what it says.
That's the one it blocks next 2 damage, right? Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure we did have that one, actually.
Well, it says damage is prevented by block for the first time, then draw a card.
Right, yes, we did have that. We did have that one.
Okay, and then we have bite. Do we have bite?
No, but I was about to.
Oh, it's a drain attack 1. It costs 4 energy, and target champion or summon in Bite's awareness loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life.
You know, for only 4 energy, that's actually not bad. I would say the 1 is not a lot, but for only 4 energy, that's really not too bad. Because like, can Essa take that? No, she can't. I was gonna say because with her discount, it would only cost 1 energy.
And then you had a chasm, but I don't remember which one it is. Was it Hell Chasm?
Yes, that thing is fantastic.
And then flying kick, I think we may have had.
We did have that.
Okay, headlock.
I don't think we had that.
Okay, it has a heavy attack 3 for 4 energy, and then it causes fatigue 8.
No, we did have that, but it was way at the beginning of the box.
Oh, okay.
We did have that. It was a long time ago.
And then we have a summon Falingua. It costs 10 aura, and then it has a swift water attack 1, a swift water attack 3, and it has a trigger for warp. If anything is dealt damage by Falingua, then Falingua may move to a spot adjacent to a target in its awareness.
Okay, so
it warps around. It damages someone and then zips around.
I'm confused as to why you would ever do the Swift Water Attack 1 over the Swift Water Attack 3.
Yeah, it costs the same.
There must be a reason, but I'm confused. But otherwise, I mean, that is really cool. Because they both exert it. I mean, maybe there's a reason from another card why you'd want to do only 1 damage. I'm not sure. All right, so I've got Electric Strike. It is a spell. 8 aura, swift, you deal 1 electric damage to target in Electric Strike's awareness. And this is, this is another one of those.
We've had that.
Oh, it's another one of those elementals where they're discounted, whether we've had it or not. It's just one of those ones where they discount it if you've already done electric damage. We have another trap. We have Zenith Pulse. This one's a rare. I'm pretty sure we have not seen this yet. 12 aura. You can place it on an occupied spot. It's got 3 life. The trigger is at the end of the round, champions and summons adjacent to Zenith Pulse are placed onto it. Zenith Pulse deals 2 air damage to everything on the same spot as it, including itself. So it's only going to last for 2 turns max, but this could eat up a bunch of little guys if you drop it in the middle of a bunch of little summons. That could be really deadly. And finally,
we've had that.
We had Draw Break?
You read it.
Oh, my bad. There's you know what, this set of cards has a crazy variety. To the point where it's hard to remember sometimes which ones we've seen.
You had one of the phobia ones, but I don't remember.
Let me see which one.
No,
did not have that one.
Okay.
That was not the phobia I drew.
So this has
what's it called?
Scopophobia.
Scopophobia.
So it costs 6 aura to do a swift champion curse. Attach Scopophobia as a skill to target champion in Scopophobia's awareness. And then a swift quick enchant for 6 aura also. Attach Scopophobia as a skill. And then continuous is the enchantment that happens when you attach it, is you play with the top of your timeline revealed.
Oh, that's weird. But you know what? Playing with the top of your timeline revealed would be another card that would actually be beneficial for that promo card of, you know when to play it because it's going to have the biggest effect.
And then we may have had this Precise Thrust. It's a basic attack 5,
have that.
Yeah. Warp Strike. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, we had Warp Strike.
Okay. And I think we had that a while ago.
Mystic Protection?
Yeah.
I think maybe, yes.
Then we have Electropheromones.
I don't know.
Well, it's a rare, so we
So
have
probably not.
We have gotten some doubles.
Doubles
rares.
on it's rarer to have the doubles on the rares.
So it costs 31 aura,
Mhm.
and you deal 6 electric damage to everything in Electropheromone's awareness, which is the 6 spots in front.
Let's show that a little bit. I'm sure you can read it from there.
And then it conjures a Viduta.
Oh, we've gotten many things that conjure the Vidutas.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Very cool.
It's whenever a summon is killed by electropheromones, place a Vajutta from your subconscious on the spot where the summon was killed.
I so want to make a deck that uses all the Vajutta abilities.
And
They're
then we
so
have an
cool.
emergent worm. Did we?
I just had one of those a few packs ago.
Okay.
Yes, that's a really cool card though.
And
I like
think we had that also.
Dancing
Stream.
Yes, we did have that. So I have a new trap. I don't think we've seen Tar Pit. It is 4 energy to cast. It has 2 life. You place it on an occupied spot, and it is a fatigue trap. When a champion leaves this spot, all abilities they play this round cost an additional 2 energy. Oh, is there a new battle map in there?
It's a different one. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So I'm going to pause for a second so we can show that. Was this at the bottom of the box?
It was in the bottom, yeah.
Oh, wow. That is so... It's a different map. That is so cool. And then is there a different poster on the other side?
Yeah, there's...
Let me see if I can get that in front of the camera here. That is so cool. Okay, here. Let me give this to you to fold up so I can get the rest of my cards. So next we have Move Together. Move Together is a technique, 5 energy, execute. It says target an ally in Move Together's awareness. You may move, then that target's movement... You may move, then that target moves in the same direction. So this allows you to get someone else to move without having to spend their move, which is kind of cool. We have a actual chasm, not a chasm token, but you can play it as an actual trap yourself, which you can play it on an unoccupied spot in the arena. You know what's really cool about things like this, though, because its whole ability of killing any summons that are on the chasm is those abilities that allow you to move guys. You put this down and then you move them. You throw them onto the chasm, you know? Mm-hmm. That can be really brutal. Then we have Tsunami. Cast with 18 aura. You deal 3 water damage to everything in Tsunami's awareness. It is the 6 spots in front of you. This is insane. So that was Tsunami. Tsunami is really, really freaking cool. Next we have another champion, and it's an interesting one. Bazin. Bazin has 19 health, which is a little low, but he's got 150 aura, and he's got some interesting... So he's got a water attack 1, which is kind of low, but he has a really interesting continuous ability. When you beckon a summon, you can place it on any spot around you, which is far more versatile than the other guys who kind of usually have to place it, adjacent to them. So you can place it diagonally from him, which can be, combined with certain effects, could be really interesting. Then we have... Taser. You deal 3 electric damage to a target in Taser's awareness. 12 aura. Trigger stun. If anything is dealt damage by Taser, then they may pay 3 energy. If they don't, they gain stun for this round. And if summons cannot pay. Stun is the one where they cannot move or rotate. So that can be really nasty. We have a tiny little guy here for only 4 aura. This is the Smoke Rijeka. So he is 1 life only. He's 4 aura, and he has a swift cast ability, which says Smoke Rijeka deals 1 air damage to a target in its awareness, and that is it. So he's just a dirt cheap, tiny little guy. And then we have Fire Strike, which is another one of those elemental hits that if you've already played its own element this round as an attack, you get it for half cost. It goes from 8 down to 4. That is the last of my last pack. What do you got?
I have another champion.
Ooh, more champions.
Her name is Sarah.
I'm so glad we got so many champions.
She's a vampire. She has a drain attack 1. Mm-hmm. Target champion or summon in your awareness loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Mm-hmm. And then her continuous is blood craving. Ally summons gain Carrion Feast. And it says Carrion Feast. If this summon kills a summon, it gains 1 life.
So she turns your minions into vampires also. Yeah. And she's also, just a quick note, 150 aura.
She only has 18 life though.
Yeah, she's low on the life, but that's because she can constantly get life. Yeah. You can go above your starting life.
Okay.
So she could get a lot of life, but 150 aura is a lot. That's pretty high, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we have a trap Tar Pit. Do we get Tar Pit? It's a common. It doesn't sound familiar though.
I don't know.
You place it.
Oh yeah, I did have the Tar Pit. I did have the Tar Pit.
Okay.
Yes, I recall it. Yes.
And then I have a redirect spell. Do we ever have this?
That is the one. So negates, and then you get to cast it yourself, right?
Oh yes.
Yes, we did have that. I
Okay.
had that earlier. I had it a while ago.
Okay.
Okay, so something I really have to say. We still did not see that many copies of the same summons here. There are a lot of summons that we only got like one or two of, not summons, commons. There's a lot of commons we only got one or two of. There's a lot of variety in this set. Just by, I can tell by opening this box, there is a ton of variety in this set. Also, I do want to say that it is incredibly worthwhile to buy a box of this set for Genesis because of all the cool extra perks you get. The new map.
According to the bottom, there's 157 different cards because they're numbered.
And yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of variety. A lot of variety. There's 157 cards in the set, and there's some really cool cards here. I'm really happy with the cool little extra foil perks we got for getting the box here. Again, big thank you to the company for giving us this box to film this unpacking with. Lynn and I have been having a bit of fun with this game, and I think what we're going to do is with all of these amazingly interesting, cool cards, I think we're going to have to make a couple of decks and do a battle report with a game report with this game with Genesis after making some of our own, especially with how many new characters we just got. Like we've
champions.
Yeah, we have so many new champions. I think we totally have to, pick a couple champions and make decks around them. Did you have any in particular that really screamed to you that you wanted to try?
Oh, there was one, but I don't remember.
You don't remember which one it was?
I don't remember which one.
Asa for me stuck out to me. Asa was really cool. I love their abilities, and I love the fact that they had three energy reduction is insane. There's so much good you could do with a lot of the really expensive energy cards, especially with Asa. So yeah. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to comment down below. Let us know. Let us know if you've tried Genesis and what you think of it. What are some of your favorite cards? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a like. Share it on all forms of social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.